Good morning students. Today we are going to cover a new topic from the paper 3. So till now we have not touched yet the paper 3, that is toxicology. So today we are going to take a few topic or a small topic from the toxicology, that is semester 3 paper 3 and unit 3, that is disaster management and the risk assessment, and the topic is earthquake. So today we are going to discuss about the topic, that is earthquake. So coming from the definition, so definition says that what is earthquake? Earthquake is a sudden motion or trembling of the ground produced by an abrupt displacement of the rock mass. So definition says that what is earthquake? Earthquake, earth मतलब कि ग्राउंड सरफेस में क्या होता है, सडन मोशन आता है या मूवमेंट होता है या ट्रेवलिंग ऑफ द ग्राउंड टेक्स प्लेस करता है, एंड इसके कारण क्या होता है कि देयर इज एन ग्रेट अमाउंट ऑफ, or you can say that property loss takes place करता है. So what is earthquake? Earthquake is nothing but the shaking of the ground, or you can say that it is nothing but the shaking of earth surface. Next, coming up to the magnitude of the earthquake. So you know that Richter scale, it is a scale or measurement scale by which we can measure the magnitude of the earthquake. मतलब earthquake की magnitude कितना है हम Richter scale पर find out कर सकते हैं. So it was first discovered by the Charles F. Richter. That's why the unit is said to be the Richter. So we have taken the Richter name as a measurement unit. That's why it is said to be Richter scale. It was stated by Charles F. Richter in 1935. And you know that if the normally the numbers Richter scales varies from 0 to 9 Richter. So it varies from 0 to 9 Richter and indicates on the Richter scale. And we used to say that 5 Richter scale जो होता है, it doesn't damage a lot, or you can say that the damage takes place at a small scale. And 2 to 3 magnitudes, it is not at all felt by the human beings. मतलब human being इसे feel भी नहीं कर सकता है, or you can say that कि it is the damage is not at all felt. Next, coming up to the if Richter scale, if it is increased by 8 or if it is more than 8, so this type of magnitude, it is happening once in 5 to 10 years. मतलब more than 8 जो रिक्टर स्केल है वो 5 to 10 years में एक बार हमेशा एक्सपीरियंस किया गया है. एंड इन 1934 बिहार, it has struck in Bihar where the Richter scale was 8.42 Richter scale. So it is said that कि beyond 8, more than 8 Richter scale, it is very dangerous and it causes a loss of property or lives, animals' lives, human lives, etc. So it is one of the natural hazards. Now coming up to the types of earthquake. So normally it is divided into 4 types. First one is said to be volcanic. Volcanic eruption भी एक type of earthquake ही है. Next is the tectonic. Here, due to the stress and strain along the earth plates, this tectonic movement occurs, and due to that the earthquake takes place. Next, coming up to the isostatic. Here, sudden geological activities takes place, and due to this earthquake normally happens. Next is plutonic. Here below 250 to 750 kilometer deep this movement takes place. So the types of the earthquake is normally volcanic, tectonic, isostatic and plutonic. Now coming up to the causes of the earthquake. So you can say that disequilibrium in any part of the crust of the earth is arise due to these four things. So we can say that any type of disequilibrium in any part of the crust, अगर कोई भी प्रकार का डिसइक्विलिब्रियम क्रस्ट के पार्ट में टेक्स प्लेस करता है, मे बी ड्यू टू दी वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन के कारण हो सकता है, फॉल्टिंग एंड फोल्डिंग्स के कारण हो सकता है, इट मे बी ड्यू टू द हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर और द प्लेट मूवमेंट. दिस earthquake, and because of any type of distribution or disturbance in any type of the activities will gives rise to the earthquake, and because of this the earthquake takes place on the surface of the earth. So you can easily see the effects of the earthquake. So by means of the images you can see the effects. Here you can say that devastation has taken place and it is on the large scale. The whole building is almost demolished. So here the effects is normally not only the death of the human lives, but it is the loss of property, or you can say that deformation of the ground surface, damages, destruction of the buildings, rails, roads. Coming up to the destruction on the roads, also you can see over here. So here you can see the surface damage, that is destruction of the roads, rails, bridges. This is destruction of the roads. So destruction of the rails, roads, buildings, deformation of the town. Dams, bridges, deformation of the city, loss of human, animal lives, and landslides where there is a very mountain area where there you can feel the landslide. You can easily see many cases of the landslide, etc. So the effects may be normally divided into four types, that is slope, instability and the landslide. So where there is a hilly area, there we can find out the landslides, and where there is a slope area, there the effect is considered to be large. And here next is the damage to the human structure. So it will includes buildings. This damage human structure, they may includes buildings, roads, rails, factories, dam, bridges, etc., etc. And now coming up to the third one, that is said to be damage to the town and the cities. So damage to the town and cities, they will include large building collapse, they normally collapses. So it will includes the building, large building. Man and woman get buried around, buried just below the ground. So even the ground water pipes, they are included in the town and cities. And water supply, telephone, electric poles, water supply, they normally used to get uprooted. Road get blocks, transportation blockages takes place. So this all comes under the damage of the town and cities. Next, coming up to the fourth point, that is the loss of human lives and the property. That normally includes the lives of the human or the animals, or the, you can say that any lives which is present on the earth surface of that region. So here it includes the human lives, loss of human lives, and also the properties of the human beings. So these effects are normally divided to four, that is slope instability, damage to the human structure, damage to the town and cities, and loss of human lives and the properties. Next, coming up to the next point, that is prevention, control and mitigation. We know that when earthquake occurs, it will again occur again and again, and you know that earthquake, it used to occur in every 30 years. So mitigation measures is to be taken. So what are mitigation measures? These are the measures which is taken before and after the occurrence of certain disaster. So now coming up to the mitigation or the measures which is to be taken. So the three types, it is normally the mitigation measures may be of three types, that is prevention phase, before earthquake. So before happening of the earthquake, we have to take certain precautions in order to avoid the loss, or we can say that we have to minimize the loss of the earthquake. Next is that emergency phase after the disaster. So once the disaster has been happened, now we have to take certain precautions, or certain emergency phases is there which we have to take. Next is the consolidation and reconstruction phase. Here we have to consider certain new sites for new settlement. So we cannot remove the area from being subjected to the earthquake. What we can do is that we have to select a new site for the new settlement. That is the only option which comes under the consolidation and reconstruction phase. Now we are going to deal with it details, what are the different phases or mitigation measures which comes under the prevention phase, emergency phase after the disaster, and consolidation and reconstruction phase. Now coming up to the first one, that is prevention phase before the earthquake. So if the disaster, we know that that area is prone to the earthquake, now what we have to do is that we have to take certain preventive measures to minimize the loss. So what we can do is that first point is that preparation of the earthquake catalog. So preparation of the earthquake catalog means details of the epicenter and geological tectonic map. So we have to collect all the details regarding the epicenter and geological tectonic map. So we have to find out all the geological structure and related to the details. Next is that we have to prepare the seismic zone with the seismic risk. So seismic zone should be created. Next is that development of the anti-seismic code for design. Anti-seismic code of design. So in order to avoid the risk, we have to prepare or develop certain types of things which are you can say that anti-seismic, or we have to design certain things which are anti-seismic. Next is that adoption of the earthquake resistant features in the new construction. So while constructing the new things, so while construction or when we are constructing a new things, then we have to consider only one thing in mind, is that that place is prone to the earthquake. So we have to adopt certain earthquake resistant features and while the construction. So these are the certain steps which we can take in order to prevent certain minimization or prevent the loss or minimize the loss. Next, coming up to the emergency phase after the earthquake or the disaster. Once the disaster has already taken place, what are the emergency steps that we have to take? First is that evacuation of the people. The peoples, जो पीपल मतलब वहाँ के लोग हैं जो फंसे हुए हैं, उनको पहले क्या करना है, हमें इवैक्यूएट करना है, उस जगह को खाली कराना है. सेकेंड थिंग इज दैट वी हैव टू मेंटेन लॉ एंड ऑर्डर. So maintenance of law and order and support to the local people. So local people who are normally you can say that affected by this type of disaster, they should be supported. So local people, we have to support them. Supporting of the local people. Next, coming up to the medical care should be given. So the people who are injured, so the medical care should be given to the injured people. Next, coming up to the recovery of the dead body. Recovery of the dead body. So we have to evacuate that place. Then medical care should be there, the people who are injured. Next we have to recover the dead body and their disposal, और उसके बाद उनका dispose करना, दोनों things, to both the things we have to consider. Next is the construction of the temporary shelters. So in order to support the local peoples, we have to construct the temporary shelters, because they have lost their relative lives, their lives, they have injured, they need a temporary shelter in order to live. Next is restoration of food, water supply. And the last one is restoration of transport system. If possible, transport system should be restored. Next is that prevent people from entering into the building liable to be collapsed. The buildings which is going to be collapsed. The building which is going to be collapsed, we have to prevent those people from entering into that building. So these are the certain emergency phases which is to be taken after the disaster. Next, coming up to the last one, that is the last mitigation measures, that is to be consolidation and reconstruction phase. Here what we have to do that कि we have to select a new site, हमें एक नई जगह ढूंढनी पड़ेगी for the new settlement. So these are the certain steps which is to be taken for the earthquake. So in case of the examination, they are going to ask you what is the earthquake, you have to define it. Why does this? What are the causes of the earthquake? Next is that what are the effects and what are the mitigation measures or prevention or control or mitigation measures to be taken for the earthquake. So these points should be considered while writing the concept, that is earthquake. Thank you. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.